When the Nothing Phone 1 first came out, it was really hyped because of their CEO, Carl Pei, being a very influential person in the mobile phone scene. Previously being a founder of OnePlus, everyone had huge expectations for the Nothing brand, as Pei saw this as an opportunity to start from scratch and implement his own methods every step of the way. In this video, we will be comparing the cameras of the new and upgraded Nothing release, the Nothing Phone 2, with the OnePlus Nord 3, a competitively priced mid-range phone of OnePlus. Let the facts speak. With photos in mind, I'm kind of having flashbacks. The Phone 1 against the Nord 2 comparison last year had me leaning towards the former because I enjoyed the softer tones and less aggressive sharpness of Carl Pei's new company. It seems that this hasn't really changed, as the photos on the left look slightly more appealing due to the lack of artificial brightness. Sure, it can be said in some situations that this brightness can be helpful to catch sneaky details in the shadows, but considering you'll be able to brighten up the photo yourself later if you want, this isn't going to give the Nord 3 a consistent plus. I did think that possibly in low light conditions, the Nord 3 could perform better, but the images are really warm, which becomes the most apparent when focusing on the tone of my skin. Not saying that the Phone 2 looks perfect, but it does look a bit more preferable overall in my opinion, taking the win in the main camera category. As for ultra-wide, we really did not like the performance of the Nord 3. While it is true that even flagship phones don't have great ultra-wide cameras, it would have been nice if we actually got some usable photos. The focus isn't great and the photos came out blurry from time to time, while the Phone 2 actually did really well. It's pretty obvious that there is no contest here, with the Phone 2 comfortably taking the ultra-wide category as well, with much better details, focus, white balance, and basically everything else, regardless of the photo being taken outdoors, indoors, or even very low light conditions. I just hope the same issues won't continue for portrait photography, as the software is also hard to get right when a huge budget isn't invested in a phone. It's important to mention that we increase the f-stop while taking these photos, because if you don't, the value that the phone automatically sets is usually too low, which makes the blur in the background incredibly strong. This in turn leads to pretty unappealing photos. I feel both phones are pretty close here, but because of the Nothing Phone 2 having a better camera overall, this is affecting the general quality of the photos. Details on my face are more visible, as well as the accuracy of the white balance being more on point does push me towards the direction of the Phone 2, as I just like how I look on the photos on the left more in general. For videos, the Nothing Phone 2 looks similar to its predecessor with good quality. The OnePlus Nord 3 though is actually a pretty big improvement over the Nord 2, as I think shooting with the wide camera in 4K looks pretty good. The only issue is, if you notice a drop in quality in some of the videos, this is because the ultra-wide camera of the OnePlus phone isn't able to shoot in 4K, which isn't a huge problem, but it would still have been a better opportunity to put this feature in there. Overall, I would say that they're pretty close to each other if the lighting is decent, and both look pretty reliable to use. If I were to shoot an ultra-wide though, I would obviously go for the Phone 2 regardless of the conditions, as having the option to shoot in 4K is almost always going to be better than shooting in 1080p, and you can clearly see the difference in quality while watching the comparison. Zoom is overall equal between these phones, as neither of them have an optical zoom lens. I'd still go with OnePlus on this one, as even though digital zoom isn't the best, the Phone 2 has artifacts in its photos, making them pretty unusable, which brings us to stabilization. The Phone 2 doesn't have an activatable stabilization mode, kind of replicating the iPhone 13 and previous models, but even then, shooting in 4K with little movement is much better than what OnePlus is producing. Activating the stabilization doesn't help the Nord 3 that much, and the situation over here isn't that different from when we kept stabilization off to shoot at the maximum resolution available, leaving Nothing alone as the winner with 4K and better stabilization. It seems like the Phone 2 also has a better front camera with better details and skin tone. The photos on the left are once again overall more appealing, but I do need to say that it's not a huge difference, as most people will be content with the performance of either phone. The low light photo does look a bit dark on the side of Nothing, but most people will definitely be using this feature in better lighting, leaving this category in the hands of Carl Pei's new company, but I won't be saying the same thing for the front camera video. The software isn't perfect on the right, which is something we often do see with front cameras even on higher end phones like the Xiaomi flagships. The exposure is constantly changing, so I would say that the Nord 3 has done this one better, with more consistent footage without the hassle of having to stay in one spot while shooting TikToks or Reels. What's up guys, we're back with another front camera comparison video, of course, combined with the audio quality. On the left side we have the OnePlus Nord 3, and I'm actually a fan of this phone because OnePlus has been historically known for releasing really good mid-range phones, and the Nord lineup is a testament to this. And on this side we have the Nothing Phone 2. It was a huge time where there was a lot of hype when the first Nothing Phone came out, and now this is the second one, a little bit more expensive but still a very nice phone. Audio quality wise, it seems the OnePlus Nord 3 is just better once again due to the Nothing Phone 2 lacking in the software department. The noise cancellation seems to be messing with the quality of the sound, and it's obviously not a good sign, but enough of that because slow motion is next. I really do like that you're able to shoot in 4K 120 on the phone too, just like a Sony flagship, which is a really rare feature that most phones don't have. In general, even though OnePlus puts higher frames on their phones for slow motion, the software quality just isn't there to justify giving them the win here, as the quality of the video of Nothing is just much better. Last but not least, macro exists on both phones, but it exists a bit better on the phone too. You can get a bit closer to the objects, and the quality of the photos ended up much better. In conclusion, the phone 2 is just a much better phone than the Nord 3 in terms of camera, but it's important to remember that it is around $150 more expensive. Would you buy one of these phones? And if so, would the price difference cause you to make a different decision? Leave a comment below on your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe if phone comparisons are your thing. See you in the next video.